So there's a woman. Gotta start with that, right? 6 years ago, a few days ago, we met. Was it the 31st? In Panama City Beach. Gorgeous, straight up, just, oh my god. 34, 25 and a half, the most. 33, 34, okay? So we began hanging out, and it went for about less than 2 weeks, but somebody might be walking across. That's why I'm looking around. One of the maintenance people is doing some work around here right now. Beautiful day. I mean, you know what? As usual, she said all the things that really got to me. I mean, I've been so deceived by these women in my life, and men too, in terms of like, want to hang out or whatever. They're just trying to use you for dollars. Women, again, using you for dollars. Yeah, not just the men. Thinking they're going to get investments out of you. But the women. Those three words, I love you. Oh, we hit it off. Oh, yeah, we hit it off, alright. I hadn't had intercourse in a long time up until then, and we got the condom out. She was afraid that you might have something. Well, if you're afraid that person might have something, maybe you have something, Still to this day, I'm not having an issue with any of that kind of stuff. And I don't use those things anymore. But anyway, what was interesting about this woman, the way I fell for her, is that, oh wow, great, finally, a woman who believes in fatherhood. James, Crystal, and I think Brian were this. I think you're trying to get my attention or something. Coughing so loudly and so much. Sophia, yeah. James, Crystal, and Sophia were her children. Her children were oftentimes just immediately given up for not so much adoption, just the father would jump in and the father would get them, but I like the idea that she was giving the children to the father. But the reality is this. She did tell me she wanted to be with her children, but the reality is she didn't want it. The reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, today's 6th January 2023. I've been so deceived by these women in my life, thinking that woman, yeah, she's got it together. I thought maybe, and guess what? In those 2 weeks, she literally told me she did cocaine one time at a club. How the hell did I fall for this stuff? I think it was the MS, and I've been just staying clear of women with very few exceptions. You gotta just be, first of all, straight up knockout gorgeous. Secondly, you gotta be off of drugs for years. Cigarettes is included, weeds obviously included, alcohol, the drug, period. That's big in the NA circles. Substituting one drug for another, which is why we say alcohol is a drug, period. They say that in their opening remarks. So Wednesday, the 4th, I was on. I really like, especially Mike Booker. I mean, I've been to other Calvary chapels, Dayton, obviously, and watched Chuck Smith and others. I like David Jeremiah too. He's kind of Calvary Chapel-ish. But yeah, Mike Booker was going through the 11th chapter of Jeremiah, and well, what caught me was listening to this right along what I've been thinking about all this week, and meditating on, that I have relationships with people who are just gonna be straight there, no more of this being pulled around by these whims, being pulled around by the ways of the world. And he didn't realize what he's saying. He's not a good pastor, but he's a great Bible teacher. I don't know if there's a better Bible teacher than he is, and you could see he's in the zone. He's on fire, in fuego. There's no stopping him when he is teaching the Bible in front of 5 people at least. One-on-one, that's where he starts getting jittery. Get the pastor world gets a hold of him. But yeah, Mike Booker was reading from well, even going back to the 10th chapter of Jeremiah, 21st verse to the end of the chapter, talking about how children are handed over, become slaves. And I'm looking back, what is going on with regard to my situation with my children? Why would God take me out of that situation? I can't get anywhere with these children in family services. Maybe it's meant to be that way. I mean, I meet a lot of guys who are looking like they're making great progress with DCF, you know, forcing their way in to be able to be with their children. In many cases, getting custody. I don't care about anything, except that I know my children are safe, provided for. They have their hugs and kisses from me every day. What is going on? So in that 10th chapter of Jeremiah, talking about David Jeremiah, different person, the prophet, old school, all right, y'all. This is going back to, yeah, more than 1,000 years before Jesus, I think. I don't know as much as most of these Bible teachers when these, you know, years in terms, because years were different back then too. Anyway, they were like a Gregorian calendar. China's on a different calendar. Russia's on a different calendar. Anyway, the children were handed over and became slaves. What do you have happening in this country right now? The big thing that the mothers want to do is they want to make their children do chores so they can learn to work. What if you learn to do things the way I do things? Everything I do is extreme luxury, lavish and profuse happiness, joy. I go wherever I want, whenever I want. I mean, what I mean by that is fly out to the islands. Oh, I love the Caribbean. And I love it here too, you know. I mean, it's January 6th and I'm with my shirt off. I'm not like freezing cold or anything. I am cold, I'm freezing cold. But it's like 70 something right now. So yeah, I go on whatever cruise I want, whenever I want. Just I do. I just I meet people I like to meet. I like to hang out with people I want to hang out with. It's me. The children are they're definitely victimized by what we have happening in the system of the single motherhood fashionable lifestyle. It's a popular thing to be a single mother in this country, and you know, I'm looking at every single mother that I know who gets past to like their late 40s, 50s, 60s. It's absolute destruction for them. I mean, you know, I talk about Lisa Bevere, and of course, other powerful women. I love Tina Turner. What's up? She's powerful. That's Celine Dion now. She's a single mother. I mean, it was set up that way. She had a, what do you call that thing of a jigger? I'm just getting blown up right now with text messages. I come out here and all of a sudden I can hear it blowing up. It's charging. Leave it alone for a minute, right? So I've hosted women who are off the streets, and then I find out they've got a child who's like in his barely 20 years old or 25. I had one man here. His mother was off elsewhere. He was 20. Just beyond mess. What am I being protected from? I'm happy, y'all. Do I need... With regard to these videos I'm making for my YouTube, what is causing my perfect health? I'm not chasing after anything. That woman, gorgeous. I didn't think I was chasing after her. I just had to meet her at a Wendy's, and poof, we're cool. But then, by the end of less than 2 weeks, we're not cool. She starts demanding money from me, demanding me to go get us an apartment, which I was down with getting an apartment with living together. But she fell in love with me. Why? Because she wanted somebody to be a vagrant off of. That's very common. I hear it in these AA meetings, NA meetings, girls running out saying, yeah, I used to do this, that, give it a sex just because I wanted to live with a man, not on the streets. And this is real, y'all. They do that. They do live on the streets. They go from place to place to place. Absolutely unstable. Oh my God. I've been so blessed. The experiences I've had, considering, and I don't know many people who've been able to do the things I do. I live the way I live. Whatever I want, whenever I want it. Absolute freedom. Thank you, God. But then I've been wondering, like, oh, I feel bad for my children. But you know what? That's just part of the system in this country, 100%. It's just weird. Yeah, these women, another one up here in the corner, she's in her getting too close to 40 or something like that, 39, 40. She's got a child and she's just a total mess. There's no other way around it. I gotta stop looking at other people as like, they're awesome, they're way up here. Man, I really looked up to, that pastor Wednesday night as a great father, but no, I'm not. I gotta look up to me. Look at me, healthy. You can see the videos here. I don't think I missed, but maybe no more than 10 days in the past since 2017. By accident, I started doing videos every single day, and now I'm doing videos every single day. You're not seeing me cough, sick. Well, I can't prove that I don't have a fever, Actually, no, I can, because if I did, when I do get a fever, like I gotten fevers before because I was on certain types of drugs for the MS. Yeah, my speech completely, totally turns off. It's just words that don't want to come out, or they come out very slowly, What a hot day, man. It is so nice right now. Oof. Loving this. I might just, you know what, I don't want to go much longer with this video. It's going along anyway. But I'm trying to figure things out this past week, especially, like, alright, what are the benefits of this? These women, it's 100% of the time, it's just, they're lost. And I did not even know about polyamory back then. That changed my life. That saved, it really opened my eyes. I love all these women, what they're doing to themselves, turning our children into slaves, going securitizing our children. No, that's not happiness, that's not peace, that's not healthy, it's destructive. And that woman I met, Michelle, she is straight up destructive. There's no way around that. These single mothers thinking you can help them out and give them a hand up. I guess we can go back to the 40s, the 30s, and women in their 20s looking like we're getting our act together, we're getting jobs, career. Desolation. And yeah, the reader, the Bible teacher, he didn't even realize like what he was saying. He didn't even elaborate on those scriptures. I bet these pastors becoming brutish, their brains being on fire. He didn't even, he went right over his head. Why? Because these churches, they're getting sucked up by these women, these single mothers. They're running to these churches, running into these meetings, these groups, the AA, NA groups. Just straight up destroying anything that could be happy. Because why? They are unhappy. They are unstable. So I guess this is my video to really remind myself on video that we're doing all right. Not just that, but I mean, wow, children being turned over to other people, that's exactly what's happening. And it's right there in the 11th chapter of Jeremiah. The 10th chapter of Jeremiah, through starting with the 21st verse to the end of the chapter, it explains that. The children, the woman cries out, and then she said, and my children are not. She's gone. Same thing here in America right now. And her children are not. Well, I don't know too many men who are. I mean, any really. After this, just being stable, you know. Wow, it's America, man. Obviously, in different countries, it's not like this. See a big difference.